Yeah, it's dark.
You do a lot of stuff for our country. My dad and my grandma, please help. That's all for Christmas.
Good morning.
One toy. Please get my dad a kidney.
Wow. Trey, you've raised an incredible son. How does that make you feel?
I muted that person, Sheila.
Morning.
Good morning. Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
I was looking for more light for me. It's still dark out.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see how that goes.
Okay, I've never done this before, so.
Oh, well, you're doing fine.
Do I need to stand back or does anybody care? Yeah, you're right in front of the computer.
Yeah. Are you using a webcam?
I'm using the computer cam. That's all I know.
So if you can, if you want, you can adjust it going up and down. If you like, it's up to you.
I don't know where it is.
Usually it's in the center of the top of your laptop or the computer.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There we go.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Melanie.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, cool. How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
Good. Hanging in there.
Now you have hashtag behind you.
I do have a hashtag. It's not lit up though. I should light it up. I don't know if you can see it. I didn't get rid of my ring. Hold on a sec.
No, Trey, it seems like the president is working.
So I don't know. I know a lot of people kind of signed up for the session after this.
Okay.
So I don't know how many will be here for the orientation, but we'll see.
We'll see how it goes. There's somebody on the iPhone, but I don't know who it is. Hi, Susan.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Good to see you.
Oh my gosh, it's morning, isn't it?
It's morning. It's all right.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Susan is one of the students I mentor through Fabian Fredrickson.
Oh, cool.
Very cool.
Cool.
Yeah. You're staying the whole time, right, Susan?
Say that again?
Are you going to stay the whole time?
I'll have to see. I have a call, and I actually have a guest here at the house. So if I pop off, please don't be offended. Are you recording?
Yes.
Okay.
Laura, do you want to do attendance through the chat box like I do through virtual networkers?
Yeah, that would be really good. And I'm also just trying to make sure I'm organized here too, because I'm going to toggle screens in a minute.
So if everybody who's here could open your chat box and put your name and email address in there. That's how we do attendance in virtual world. So if you could do that real quick for us, that way we know who's attending. That'd be awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Susan.
Where's the chat box?
So if you hover over down towards the bottom of the screen, a little menu bar should pop up. And you'll have some options, and you can click on chat. And do you see it?
Yep.
Cool. Hello.
Good morning, Rena.
Sheila.
Sheila will have you be a Zoom master by the time this is all over.
You're going to love the world of Zoom, I think.
Yeah. It's awesome.
I'll need to order my facelift pretty soon though.
We'll be both. Don't worry about it. Good morning. If you're just joining us, feel free to put your name and email address in the chat box. And if you're not sure what the chat box is, you hover down toward the bottom of the Zoom screen. You'll see a little mini bar, not like vodka, but
that would make a good morning.
That would make the most awesome virtual networkers ever. But there would be a little bar that pops up, and you'll see the chat button there. So if you could just type your name and email address in there as you get situated, that would be great. Thank you.
Hey, Laura.
Hey, good morning. How are you, Laura?
Good to see you.
We have two Lauras. Hi, good morning.
Laura is, so I see two people I recognize. We've got Melanie Grassi from Hernando County and Laura White from Chapter 300, which is our concept chapter, the Kingdom Business Alliance.
Oh, very cool. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, that's a faith-based chapter.
Very nice. Nice to meet you, Laura.
Same. Nice to meet you guys.
Should we wait just a couple more minutes?
Yeah, if you want to, since people are still coming in. If you're just joining us, just please in the chat box put your name and email address. So that's how we take attendance in the virtual world. If you can't find the chat box, just go to the bottom of the Zoom screen and the little bar will pop up, and you'll see the button for chat.
What did you want us to put in there? Email and what?
Email. Just name and email. And this session is being recorded, just for FYI. Oh, and everybody straighten out their hair now. I should have said that first time, Melanie.
Hey, I'm far away because I don't have no makeup on.
You look good.
I look awake.
We're all here, 7:30.
I know, with bells on.
That's awesome.
All right. I don't know, should we just get started and then?
Go ahead. And if anybody joins us, we'll
okay, cool. They'll catch up. So, hey everybody, my name is Laura Shipman. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the founder of Keep It Local. And what we thought we would do is, the brainchild of Sheila Neisler, our Chief Marketing Officer, said we should have an online mega orientation, which I thought was a great idea because it's a great way for people to learn about Keep It Local who don't know about Keep It Local already. And for those of us who are members already, it also gives them an opportunity to understand the benefits that come along with Keep It Local, maybe how to navigate our site a little bit, and to understand how the member portal works. So I thought that was really important to us too. And then for those of you who don't know Jill is the pioneer of our new virtual online networking organization. And this is something very new for Keep It Local. Jill came to me with the idea, back the end of last quarter of 2017, and said, what would you think about doing an online networking chapter? And I thought it would be a great idea because, and this goes back to why Keep It Local started, I was working as, well, to back up, how do I start this? Back in 2005, I had a acute diagnosis of multiple sclerosis, which kind of threw me for a loop and was not able to do much of anything. I couldn't see at the time, and I couldn't walk. I was a single mom of a toddler, and wow. I had to provide for my toddler and myself. And this was back in 2005 when telecommuting was not anything that people really believed in. And if they did believe in it, you were an upper executive with a major corporation who kind of had those benefits available to them. My background is in organizational, corporate America organization and marketing and training and development. I worked in the corporate offices of Sunglass Hut when they were located in Coral Gables, Florida, on the east coast of Florida. And I had a lot of skills from there, and I knew I could translate that into other people's businesses. And they didn't, but I had a hard time kind of convincing people that, yes, I can do this. I can work remotely. I'm very dedicated and loyal, and I have a great work ethic, but it just didn't work. So I had my final $60 in my bank account, and I took a leap of faith and went online, and I think I just Googled freelancers or something, or online freelance or something like that. And this little website popped up called guru.com. And I joined for $60. And within 3 days, I got my first 2 clients. One was an international speaker who, his platform is amazing. It's called the Date Safe Project. And he speaks on respect and consent to high schools, colleges, and military bases all around the world. And I wrote a lot of his curriculum for him. And I created a lot of digital products for him to sell and all that. And the other guy I worked for, he was a true entrepreneur. He was a real estate agent, but he also created these, these mobile ATMs where you could buy digital devices out of these ATMs. So like you could drive up to an ATM. Some of them were drive-through, some of them were in airports and things like that. And you could go up to them and buy a cell phone if you wanted to. You could buy to. And so I got to work with him and create the marketing for that on a digital landscape. So it was kind of interesting. And then it grew from there where they referred me out to other people in their network. So when Jill came to me and said, I'd love to do an online virtual chapter, I thought, yes, because that's kind of how I started. I started with $60. I got my first 2 clients, and then they referred me out. And so the people who work in the online space, they need that network. They truly do. And I know that Jill understands that because a lot of the people that she works with and then the way her business is built is all through online marketing and connections and things like that. So, so I got really heavily into the digital world, and I had clients all over the country and all over the world. I had clients in Canada, in the United Kingdom, and then all over the continental U.S. It was a lot of fun and stuff, but it's very isolating. And as I got stronger as far as my MS was concerned, and it went into full remission, I met my current husband. And at the time, bless you, at the time I was living in Pinellas County, Florida, which is, for those of you who aren't, is everybody from Florida here?
I'm not.
Where are you from?
I'm in Massachusetts.
Oh, okay. What part?
I'm right on the Rhode Island border, southeast coast.
Oh, okay. I went to Merrimack College in North Andover.
Okay. North.
Yeah, north. So, anybody else from outside of Florida?
Originally, yes, but currently in Florida.
Okay, cool. So, so anyways, I moved up to Pasco, and I really didn't know my community, and I was really isolated, and I wanted to get to know my community and also have some clients locally. So I started a little group, and I said, anybody who wants to network and get to know each other, whatever, maybe we'll learn a thing or two while we're together, that would be great. And I think the first time we met, 7 people showed up. The second time we met, I showed up. And then the third time we met, I had probably a dozen people. And and then it just kind of grew from there. And some of the things that I put into place were I wanted to know my local community. I kept thinking, I don't even know the names of the roads around here or anything like that. I mean, I was a transplant and I was just dropped into Pasco. And I just kept thinking, how can I stay local? How can I stay local? How can I know local? And then I'm like, well, I just need to keep it local. I'm like, well, that kind of has a neat little ring to it. And that's how I named it Keep It Local. So we grew, and it was a seat specific, which means 1 person per industry in the group. And I filled all the seats up. And so we had about 30 some odd people in that first chapter. And Jill was one of the originals. She's the an OG of Keep It Local. And she went, I think, to a Fabienne event. I think you were gone in the summertime for maybe a week or 2. She left. We had 1 chapter. She came back in that 2-week time, and we went from 1 chapter to 6 chapter to 10 chapters. And she said, she doesn't remember saying this, but I remember her saying this. She's like, wow, I go away for 2 weeks and you guys multiply like rabbits. I just thought that was so funny. But, I had this guy approach me, and he said, I'll start your 2nd chapter. And I looked at him, I'm like, you start my 2nd chapter? And I hadn't thought of it as a business or a growth model of any sort. And so I took a leap of faith and we kind of noodled it out, and then we've been evolving ever since. And it's a true evolution. Like, it always evolves. Something, and Sheila can attest to this, something always pops up that makes us think again and say, okay, how do we handle this, and how do we put it into growth mode? And I'll tell you, Sheila's been a huge asset to Keep It Local. She's only been with us since November.
Yeah, probably.
But she's been huge in helping to put some infrastructure together and to market the business, to grow the business, so that we're always delivering the best content that we can to to the Keep It Local members. And we truly have the members in mind when we grow and when we try new things. Not everything works out, but that's okay. It's all part of the growing pains. So at this point, what I'd like to do is really introduce Sheila so you can get to know Sheila, understand where we're going with Keep It Local, what our marketing efforts are, and what kind of our mission is going forward in 2018. So Sheila, Chief Marketing Officer, say hello to everybody.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for the opportunity. I love Laura's story because I think the best business organizations actually come from solving a problem, and I think that's what Laura was doing. My background is I've worked with small and mid-sized businesses in the last 15 years to kind of get their marketing repositioned. My background is I basically have a background in finance and management, so I understand the numbers side of business. And then, like Laura, I moved across the country and was like plopped down. Well, I got plopped down, darn it, in San Francisco, and then I got plopped down in Charleston, and so I basically had to start all over. And so now I got plopped down into Tampa, St. Pete, and basically starting all over is finding my tribe of people that are focused on growing their business, focused on giving back to the community, and focused on helping each other. And I think that's the goal of what I see Keep It Local is doing. The second thing is kind of saying the best of all worlds, because most of us have probably been involved with Leads clubs and chambers of commerce and Rotary. And what we were trying to do is create a hybrid that served the small business owner who basically may be doing a lot of business in their immediate community, but also has a territory or a vision of growing beyond that. And basically leveraging Keep It Local to be a portal for that. And so that's kind of where we're going for the organization. The two things that we're looking at as a focus going forward is education. We're seeing a lot of organizations that used to be focused on having workshops on how people can do their business better, or shared experiences. I always call it experience, knowledge, and know-how. Sharing that as a group. So it's group learning, and that's one of our focuses. The second one is cross-pollination. So that if you're a member of a Leads group at one group, one organization, and you go to another chapter, you're kind of an outlier and kind of an outsider. We don't want that in the Keep It Local business model. You're part of one chapter, but it's almost like you're visiting your sister or your aunt who's in another chapter. We want to make it very collegial. And so that's the kind of, we're trying to bring a bunch of groups together for that cross-pollination. And the overall arching is to educate our members and the community at large that this is a referral network. It's not a leads network. And I refer to it a little bit differently. Somebody actually, I think at the VIP chapter said that joining VIP, the Keep It Local is not like an ATM. You pay your dues and then sales start popping out. It's not that way. It's the average sale takes between 5 and 12 contacts. So becoming a member of a Keep It Local is a conversation where you meet people that do business in your community and, shared support and shared relationships. So I kind of think that's what the brand that we're trying to really hone in on, and attracting the right people. There's lots of people who join organizations that say, okay, I joined, where are my sales? bless their hearts, the chambers of commerce deal with this every single day. And I think understanding, helping to understand people that it's a profession, that marketing and sales is a conversation, and that it's the relationship that's going to drive the transaction, not the transaction that drives the relationship. Back to you, Laura.
Sorry. Thank you. That was really good. No, thank you, Sheila. And so Sheila's got some really great things that are going on within Keep It Local in the real world. Like, I don't know how to say in the non-virtual world. One of the things that she's doing for us too to help with that educational push is creating a book club. And we've got a new book that we're reviewing. What's the mindset book called again?
It's Mindset. It's by Dr. Carol Queck. And basically what she did was she spent years interviewing people on who succeeded and who failed and where they were, what was that tipping point. And what she realized was it was all in how they approached a challenge and how, what was in their mindset that allowed them to say, oh, okay, this is not the end, this is the beginning, and changing your mindset to kind of focus on your own success and how to embrace challenges and embrace change. And if y'all are interested, it starts, it's next Friday that starts at 8 o'clock, which might overlap y'all's, but you're more than welcome, and maybe Jill and I could work this out, to participate. We just get together and you don't have to read the book. The moderator is going to read the book and just share the best practices of what the book is. And we're open to any recommendations for books. These are the ones that I just came up with, because what we wanted to do was get people together to, again, we call it learn more, earn more. So it's that conversation of saying, hey, let's just take the best of what we know and apply it to our world, and what did we get out of it? So it's going to be the first Friday of every month.
Yeah, so that'll be next week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the first Friday? Yeah. And that's at Another Broken Egg in Clearwater, correct?
Correct.
Okay, cool. So so we're always trying new things. So one of the things that I wanted to do is kind of take you through what features and benefits Keep It Local has that you can, and if you guys have questions, feel free as we're going through this to interrupt me, and I'll answer them for you. So I'm going to share my screen with you. Oops. Okay, can everybody see that?
Yes.
Okay, good. So this is the Keep It Local website, and just some of the benefits that we have available to us. One of the things that I think is really important is our member directory, and it might just take a minute to toggle over here. Every member who joins Keep It Local ends up on this directory, and they get a picture of themselves in there. You can click onto their tile and it'll give them, give you more information about them. Down here, there's going to be a bunch of different icons depending on what kind of social media accounts that they have. And that's also the portal allows us to have. So you'll learn, about a lot of people here. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. The other thing that you can do with this really helps with search engine optimization too, because it's a very good link, like a link back to your website. And it's a little bit, how do you say it? The search engines like quality link back. So we get a lot of traffic on our Keep It Local website. So this is going to help push members up into the search. On the left-hand side is a list of all of our chapters that we currently have open. And you can take a look at anybody of any chapter, see who's in that chapter just by clicking the 2 boxes assigned for each chapter. We have 2 boxes per chapter because we did a price increase about 2 years ago, and I wanted to honor the people who have been with us from the beginning before that price change, and we made them legacy members, and we grandfathered in their membership. So that's why there's 2 listings there. So if you check off both boxes and then you hit the search box, it's going to pull up every member for that one chapter that you selected. And this is the chapter that I run. And you just have to make sure that you go through all the pages to see who are in that chapter, who's in there. And you can get their contact information. This is a great way for people to, if they need to refer somebody out, they can get all the information here, and that's what we want to do for our members. Some other resources that I would really welcome people to do is to be a guest blogger for Keep It Local. So if you have some sort of content that is highly valuable that people would like, you think you could teach somebody something through a blog post, I would love to see that from you. And, it's a great way to promote your business without being salesy. So I'm always open to featuring our members on our blog who can provide some valuable information.
Laura, a quick question.
Sure.
If you're doing a blog, how many words should be optimal?
That's a good question. I would say, for me, I think it's okay for it to be short.
Okay.
Because I think that people, we don't have a big attention span right now, and I think people just want to consume their information and grab it. So I've never counted the words, but here, let's just take a look at this one. I did one on infographics this week, and it's not very long.
Okay.
And I like to talk in bullet points and numbers, and just so people can kind of scan through the information and grab the information that they need. So our blog has a lot of great content in there, all about, business building tips, marketing tips, social media tips, things like that. So I would go ahead and check that out if you can. The other thing that we do is, let me just try and get back to the home page. We'll go to free resources. Okay, there we go. I'll put together some business development tools, some networking tools under the free resources tab of Keep It Local. And these are all free downloads for you if you need help with different aspects of business. You can find them here. And that's under our free resources tab. And then we also have a job board. And this is open to anybody who wants to put a job listing up here. So we've got people who post different types of jobs that they're looking to fill. And then we also have upcoming events. So I want to become a community hub for our communities, and that includes the online community as well. So if there's webinars going on or trainings going on, you can submit. I don't know. Can you guys see on the far right over here where my cursor is? Okay, because your little faces are over there. I'm just going to move this. This here, you can submit an event anytime by clicking this orange button. And it can be a Keep It Local event. It can be a non-Keep It Local event, a community event. And people get access to this all the time. So those are some of the things that we provide. Another thing that we provide is Facebook. And I'm going to go to, so all of our members have access to the Keep It Local Facebook community, and they can talk about their business on this community. And what I think we're going to end up doing, and this is going to happen at 8 o'clock in a couple minutes when we go through the social media portion of it, what's really taking off in the Facebook world are the groups. And so what we've had people do before is really post about their business on our corporate page, but that's not getting the traction that groups are getting. So what I'm going to have people do is transition over to our group, and they'll be able to post about their business there. So you'll see, hold on a sec. So somebody's got something coming up, a quarter action coming up that's going to benefit their business or whatever, they're posting it there. And we allow our members to do that. They post about their meetings here. So if you go even into the event side of Keep It Local's Facebook page, you will see all our events. So what I want to do now is I actually want to go through the member portal so that you guys can see how this looks from a member standpoint. So if you were to log into the portal, you can manage your membership from here. Just give me a second. So you'll end up here. It'll greet you. It'll be a message of what's going on and Keep It Local here. And then on the right side over here, it'll tell you any sort of events that are coming up that are Keep It Local only events.
I think
And
I'm still seeing your Facebook page.
I'm still seeing Facebook.
oh, I bet you I know why. Okay, hold on. Let me do it this way. Give me one sec. So you're kind of seeing, this is not what you would normally see. Let me just go, hold on. It's the admin side. Okay. Do you see that now? Okay. So when you log in as a member, this is what you will see. And you'll get a little message of what's going on, Keep It Local, how to stay up to date on things. This right here is all about your account status, like where you are. If you have an upcoming renewal, it'll pop up here. And then down in this section, it'll give you Keep It Local events that are coming up. Now, if you wanted to update your account, you would just click over here on My Account. You go to your profile. And here, you just tap on all of these different tabs to update anything that you want. A lot of members are missing this part here. So if they don't update their profile with a picture, they're going to get the Keep It Local logo. But you can get all your invoices, any sort of memberships that you've paid. You can download those there. You can see where you're. Oh, it's not clicking. It's a little slow. You can see where you're a member, like what chapter you're in, what your status is, those sort of things through the member portal. Then we have a certain thing called workspaces over here. And this is where you're going to find, as a member, you're not going to see all of this as a member. What you're going to see is Keep It Local member files. And if you click in there and you go to the file library, you'll find some, an ebook that we've written, the logo so that you can put it on, your website showing that you're a member, or your email signature. And you also get access to our handbook as well. So those are just some of the things that you can utilize through Keep It Local. And I know we're coming up on 8 o'clock, so we're going to start the social media portion of this. But do you guys have any questions about Keep It Local?
Laura, I'd love to have a conversation with you about, clearly this is something you're kind of rolling out, and you're maybe looking for people to maybe begin new chapters. Mm-hmm. And maybe Absolutely. You'd like to be up here in Massachusetts, so why don't we make sure that we have a chat?
Yeah, I would love that. We're always looking to expand, and I'd love to get into another state. Yeah. That would be fantastic. Let me just take your contact information
I'm
down.
in the chat, so I put my information in the chat, and Jill knows how to get in touch with me as well. And Jill, we should talk about this too.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
I'm going to stop. How do I stop sharing? Maybe pause?
At the top.
Yeah. Hi, I'm back. So what other questions do you guys have about Keep It Local? I mean, that was a quick overview of what we're all about and some of the features that we provide. No? Okay. Barbara, is that you?
I think so. Don't laugh! Don't even go, yes, it is!
Oh my God, the best. That's too funny.
That is the best.
That's awesome. Okay, so I guess we'll just wait a minute or two, but is there a way to share a file here that everybody could download or open? Do you know,
Is that
Jill?
the one for the Facebook?
Yeah.
I think I have it bitly. I have it for you, girl.
Can you ladies tell me what is this portion of the meeting, the social media that you're going to be covering?
Yeah, we're going to talk about 6 things that you can do to improve your reach and engagement on Facebook, because they've gone through a major algorithm change and people are
Awesome.
having trouble.
So will there be a way I can access this recording, or maybe because I'm not a member yet, that's not possible?
Yeah, Susan, I will, when this meeting concludes about 9 a.m., after that, I will email everybody a link to this recording, as well as a copy of the chat box, so you can see people's email addresses in there. And then right now in the chat box is a bit.ly link that you can click on. That will take you to the PDF that accompanies Laura's presentation.
You guys are so on top of things. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to talking to everybody again.
All right,
Cool.
so
Take
Me
care.
too.
now.
Cool.
Hey, Laura, does this one last until 9 o'clock?
yes.
I'm sorry. Yes.
Okay, good. I might have to mute because I got company walking by. I might have to mute my picture, but I'm still on, okay?
Okay, cool.
Okay. Thank you.
So, Jill, we're going to run this as a normal.
Yeah, I'm
Virtual,
gonna go ahead.
yeah.
We ready?
Okay.
We're gonna now transition to a networking meeting. Woo! Oh, we got more people joining. Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to Virtual Networkers. I'm so excited that you're here. I'm Jill Celeste. I'm the chapter president and area developer for Keep It Local Virtual Networking. And this is a newer venture with Keep It Local LLC, which is a Tampa Bay-based networking group. Excited to see some new faces here. Those who are already in Keep It Local, welcome. We'll see how you like virtual networking compared to in-person networking. I think you'll like both. That's my intention, at least. So Virtual Networkers meets every Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern, and we meet right here through this very same Zoom link that you used to access today, so you can just copy and paste that into your calendar. This is a networking meeting just like you do at your local restaurant or country club. We start with our 30-second commercials or elevator speeches. So we'll go around the room and do that. And then we're going to move into Laura's presentation today about Facebook marketing. And then she'll open up the floor for questions about Facebook marketing. And then we'll go around the room one more time to do announcements, anything you wish to announce, things that you're promoting, things you need help with, a good referral. That is all part of the announcements. And then we'll close this meeting up at 9 a.m. So with that, let me know if you have any questions. If you are just joining us or haven't done so already, please open the chat box and put your name and email address in the chat box. That's how we do attendance during Virtual Networkers. And also there is a bit.ly link there, and that leads you to the workbook that accompanies Laura's presentation, which will begin in just a couple of minutes. Any questions so far? We're good? Okay, awesome. Welcome, Tracy.
Thank you.
I knew we had someone sneak in. I was like, I had to find you. There you are. We're glad you're here, Tracy. So we're going to go around the room now and do our 30-second commercials, our elevator speeches, and how I do this, because normally, like when you're in a real room, you're the person next to you, right, goes, then here I call on you, and I just do it by whoever appears in line on my Zoom screen. So, so I don't know, Laura White, are you still there? I know she is muted. She might have stepped away. We'll come back to Laura. Is it Rena or Raina? I'm probably mispronouncing that.
No, you got it. It's Rena.
Rena, you're up first, my friend.
Well, this is all new, so I have to even Google the term elevator speech. But
just tell us who you are, your business, where you live, your favorite sports team, whatever.
So basically, my business is hardly a business at this point. I'm trying to get it on its feet.
Congratulations.
And it's an in-home business. But in a year, my husband will be retiring from the military, actually in 2 years. And so he would like to open a coffee shop, which, you know, will also, we're trying to kind of get ahead of the curve. So that is us. We are in Newport Richey. We have been here for 2 years, and we're still sort of feeling out the area, and we like it here. We want to retire here and stay here. So that's our plan.
You're here, and we're glad you want to set up a coffee complete Wi-Fi, I'm sure, for us local residents to go to.
Yeah, we aren't a fan of Starbucks. My husband loves his Puerto Rican strong espresso, and his coffee is delicious. So we're trying to sort of nail down a menu that we kind of want involved in our business also. So
Very cool.
this is all new to us.
Well, you're in the right group. We will hold you during the process. A lot of us
Great.
are there.
Thank you. I'm going to need a lot of shoulders and probably a lot of hands to squeeze.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, we're glad you're here. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Laura, I'm going to come back to you. Thank you for unmuting. I snuck you in.
Okay, I'm Laura White, inspirational speaker, coach, and mentor. And I live in the Tampa Bay area, and I go to the Kingdom Business Alliance, but I wanted to see what this was all about, and I usually take it back to the group and let people know that this is available, you know.
Sure, cool.
So I love to inspire, equip, and empower women to be all that they can be. And I'm a speaker. I do private coaching, group coaching, workshops, and getting ready to do conferences. So I'm really excited. My business has really been exploding. So
That's awesome. Congratulations on that. Ms. Shipman.
Hey, everybody. My name is Laura Shipman, founder of Keep It Local, but I also run a social media management and consulting business, and it's just under my name, Laura Shipman.
We're glad you're here.
Tampa Bay.
We'll be hearing more from Laura in a little bit. She's our speaker today. Sheila?
Hold on, let me unmute. I'm Sheila Eisler, and I own Catalyst, a marketing company. We focus on a lot of community relations, cause marketing, public relations. I always tell people, you're selling to the wrong organ. You're trying to sell to somebody's brain, and the best way to sell is through their heart.
Amen. Sheila. Who's my iPhone hair roller girl?
Barbara.
Barbara.
No, it's not me. I'm stalking you all.
Do you want to just tell us who you are without going on the camera?
I'm just trying to get ready and put makeup on. It's Barbara Marville, and I'm with Keep It Local VIP. Don't laugh. Laura knows that I am the best at being the digital age maven, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so this is really great. How cool is this? It's like keep it local virtuality. I love this. Once I figure this all out, it'd be great. But anyway, my seat is I chair with Ed Holtzman and Helena Trangata over at Tampa Bay Multimedia. And our shtick over there is to get businesses noticed and get them in front of the camera, make them at ease. And we have a lot of our Keep It Local members that have done video with us. And I'm very grateful to be part of Keep It Local. I love it. I've learned so much in a very short amount of time. And God only knows, Laura, I've driven you crazy with my inabilities here. But I keep on keeping on. And I really love this.
We are glad you're here, curlers and all. I think that's good. I mean, you are welcome to come back anytime with or without your curlers.
Okay, well, I am known as a woman unscripted, so I guess this is a perfect fit here.
Yeah, you fit right in. Welcome. We're glad you're here.
Thank you.
Tracy.
Hi, I am Tracy Kraushorn of Tracy Lynn & Company, and I am a photographer, and I also have a skincare line that I represent, which is Rodan & Fields.
We're glad you're here. Thank you for making it. Tracy and I have been texting buddies this week. We're glad you're here.
Where are you located, Tracy?
I am in Trinity.
Trinity. Okay.
Trinity, Florida. Yeah.
I know you. Yeah, okay. I'm like, okay, now I know who you are.
Connie Jo Miller. She's going to take a sip of coffee first.
Okay. First of all, I'm not a morning person, so
we're glad you're
low
here.
energy right now. Well, I'm Connie Jo Miller, and my business is Enigma Bookkeeping Solutions, and I do bookkeeping and financial coaching. I make sure that you have financial records that are audit ready and tax ready. And then I make sure that you understand your financials, and I help you make decisions about your business based on the facts in your statements instead of just whims. I do.
That's awesome. And you're in Atlanta area.
Yes, I'm in Atlanta.
Yeah, awesome.
I have a question for you. I recently met someone who her daughter's in the Tampa area, and she's just getting started in marketing herself. So I wanted to suggest that she join maybe one of your Keep It Local.
Yeah, have her get in touch with me, and
so do it through you.
Yeah, and then and then Laura and I are connected at the hip, so we'll get her straight away.
I'll do that.
Thank you, Connie Jo.
Thanks.
Yeah, Deborah Keevan.
Good morning, everyone. I'm sorry I was late. Mercury retrograde decided to, and Microsoft colluded to get me into an update first thing this morning.
Oh, no.
My name is Deborah Keevan, and I'm a writer, editor, and storyteller. I work with visionary entrepreneurs to help them really own their stories and get them out into the world to attract their really yummy clients.
Yay! And where do you live?
Oh, I live halfway between Baltimore and Washington, D.C., so in Maryland.
So this is the beauty of virtual. Like, most of us are in the Tampa Bay area, specifically Newport Richey, Trinity, but I love having people here from other parts of the country that maybe we would not have met had it not been for the virtual world. So, and by the way, Debbie and Connie Jo are longtime friends. They're connected.
Yeah, she's my bookkeeper, so and she's unbelievable.
I was just going to ask how you guys knew each other.
Oh, and actually we met, we both worked at Kodak up in Rochester, New York.
Oh,
that's right.
So we worked
25 years ago.
25 years before she was a mom, way before I was a mom.
I love that. I love friendships. Awesome. Before we get to Laura, I just want to remind everybody to open your chat box and make sure to put your name and email address in there so that we are taking attendance. And also in the chat box is a bit.ly link. If you don't see it, let me know. That is the link to Laura's workbook, which accompanies her presentation today, that you are welcome to download. I will make sure that it is also connected to the email that I'll send out after this presentation. So just in case you are not aware, I do send out a recording link for today's networking meeting, as well as a copy of the chat box, so that in case you miss somebody's email address or something, you'll have record of that, and I send that out after the meeting, and I'll make sure to attach Laura's workbook there as well. So, all right. So without further ado, speaking of Laura, hi, Laura.
Hello.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Did you want to introduce yourself? Did you?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jill Celeste from JillCeleste.com. I'm a marketing coach. I teach marketing to purpose-driven entrepreneurs and help them learn how to market their businesses to attract clients. I'm also the chapter president and area developer for Virtual Networkers and Keep It Local. I live near Tampa, and I am very, very glad to have everybody here today. Thank you for joining us, and make sure to mark your calendar every Friday, 8 a.m. We are here to support you and get you referrals. So now we're ready for Laura.
All right.
So, Laura, are you going to do screen share?
I'm going to do a screen share, and I'm going to take you through a slide presentation. So I'm going to just hop into there right now.
Okay.
And
while she's doing that, how many people, show of hands, are struggling to reach their clients through Facebook? Or want to do better? Yeah, me too. The Facebook algorithm has definitely changed things for a bit, and that's why Laura's doing this presentation today. It looks like she's got it ready.
Yeah, I'm ready. So I'm going to give you 6 little tips or ways to boost your engagement, your post engagement on Facebook. And so the first thing we really have to understand is why this change took place. And can I hide the little faces?
Yeah, if you kind of hover top the top, there's a high thumbnail video.
Yeah, and it's like not my...
If you have 2 monitors, you can also drag it to another monitor.
Yeah, it won't even let me touch it. Oh, that's weird. Okay, well, that's all right. We won't worry about it. So anyways, the question is, why did Facebook changed their algorithm. And we have to go back to when Facebook first started and what the whole intention of Facebook was. And that was to really connect people who have either lost touch or moved away from each other, but still needed some sort of a way to stay connected. And that was the real reason Facebook was put into place. And what happened was the marketers saw this as a huge tool for people to grow and build their business because they could reach the masses. And Facebook got a lot of flack from the people who were using Facebook the way it was intended to be used in the first place. And so Mark Zuckerberg decided to take back control of Facebook and really, give it to the people who wanted to use it the way it was originally intended. So that's why the algorithm changed. And so for us to succeed on Facebook as a marketer, we need to understand the algorithm so that we can create posts that agree with the algorithm. So your post, one thing to understand, your post goes through over 100,000 different touch points in the Facebook algorithm. And that's like a lot. Nobody's post will ever be able to hit all 100,000 touch points, but your post can hit the core touch points. And that's what we want you to focus on, are those core touch points to make sure that you're really maximizing your post. So the first thing we're going to do is, I wish I could see. Hold on. I'm sorry. Let me move this out of the way. Okay, so the first thing that you guys want to recognize is Facebook gives you a score. And the first thing that they score you on is your inventory. And that inventory is the overall content that you have that you build or that you put out there. And they're also looking at the type of content you put out there. And that type of content can either be a text written post, an image post, a pre-recorded video, or a live video. And all of those are scored differently and they hold different weight. So for example, a text post, something that's strictly just words, is going to have a lower ranking on the scale than, say, a live video does. So live video is like premium content in Facebook's eyes. And what they'll do when it comes to live video is they'll actually promote that for you, meaning that they're going to open up your video to viewers who are people that you don't even know, but that kind of match your demographic of the people who consume your content. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, good. Then the next thing that you get scored on are your signals. What's a signal? Well, a signal is how people respond to your content, and not all signals are created equal either. So a signal could be anything from a like button or a thumbs up, a comment, or a share. And so what you want to do is what I call it is you really want to go after that hat trick of Facebook's signals. And that's going to be, you want people to react by either liking your content, you want them to like your content, you want them to comment on your content, and you want them to share it. Because what happens is Facebook sees that as important content because people are engaging with it. Mm-hmm. And then not just by liking a post, that's the lowest type of rank you can get in the algorithm. So you want to actually compel people to go past that thumbs up on Facebook and maybe go to the heart or the surprise face or that, or the angry face. So you want people to move away from that thumbs up and go up the scale, if that makes sense. Okay. So that's what you're aiming for when you create a post. So then based on your inventory and signals that you're producing through Facebook, Facebook is going to make a prediction on you. And they're going to predict that you're going to create whatever kind of content consistently, and then they're going to give you an overall score. And that's how your organic content gets into the newsfeed. So you can still win at organic content as long as you're taking into consideration this inventory and signals thing. That's really important. So the more engaged that your audience is with your content, the better off you're going to be. Does anybody have any questions as far as the content is concerned with the algorithm?
No. I have a question.
Sure.
So I have this really, I would think my overall score on my personal page is probably pretty high.
Okay.
But the business page where I may not have the same I actually have completely the opposite sort of interaction.
Right. I'm glad you brought that up because this is a huge problem. Like people always say that their business page or their personal page is where they get all of their engagement. You will end up in a little place I like to call Facebook jail if you promote your business on your personal page. Because
I'm not doing that.
Good. That's excellent. So, but what you want to do is you want to move your personal people into a group. And we're going to get into that a little later on, and we'll talk about that a little bit because you want to think about your business coming out of the personal newsfeed and shifting people over into that group setting. And we'll go into that in a little bit.
Laura, can I ask the question?
Absolutely.
I don't want to interrupt you. Are you finished with that?
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
One thing is I did not know that. You said the heart is better than the like. So it's
yes.
So that's really a point that I learned now. Thank you. And then the other one is, like you had said, I did hear that you can go into jail, whatever,
yes.
It's too much, but I try to do it once a week. Is there a limit that you can do? Because I try to post something for my business and then invite people or whatever, and I show it on my personal. So how many times a week can you do that? Do you know?
That's a good question. Okay, so before it used to be, we would recommend people follow the 80-20 rule, where 80% of the time they're posting on their business page, 20% they're sharing it to their personal profile. Okay. Now I think you need to be a little bit more conservative, and I'd rather see the 90-10 rule. So 90% of the time you're posting on your business page and in your business group, and then 10% of the time you're going to post or share to your personal profile. And that will keep you out of jail. Now, here's the funny thing about Facebook jail is you never know that you're headed there, and you never know how long you'll stay there. So what will happen is Facebook, one day you'll go to log into your Facebook page and you can't get anywhere. You just can't get anywhere. Facebook's not letting you in. Or you log into your Facebook page, but it won't let you interact with anybody on Facebook. So and then you're kind of stuck there for, until how long, until whenever Facebook decides they want to let you go in.
Right.
Can you guys give me a second? I need to let the dogs out. I'm so sorry. Give me one sec.
That would be my life right there. So my dog is snoring. Can you hear her?
Uh-huh.
No, that's good. And I have a Basset Hound, and she's always right by my side and down here in her little bed, and she is sawing logs, and I'm praying that no one can hear her. I don't want Laura to think her presentation's boring because my dog is snoring.
Oh no.
I don't want to take a lot of time from everybody else, but is there a restriction from your personal to your business?
Oh, you mean sharing from your personal to your business? No, I don't think so.
Okay,
I haven't heard that.
Okay.
Yeah, so depending on the offense of what you've done, some people, like if they post things like nudity or violence and things like that, or profanity, they might lose their account altogether. But depending on the offense that you did to end up in Facebook jail will determine how long you stay there. And you don't know, and there's no way to know. And one other thing I forgot to mention is you'll never know what your overall algorithm score is. It's just something that Facebook does. The only way that you can monitor or gauge that is by how much reach you get on those posts. That makes sense.
Thank you.
Okay, so then how do you use the Facebook algorithm? Well, basically what you really want to do is you want to focus on content that connects like-minded people. So what Facebook is really looking for is for people to connect on a topic or a subject And they're really and this is kind of good for the business person because it's forcing you to really understand your target market and your target audience. So if you can speak that language, you're going to attract the right people anyways. And I'm sure, like Jill could help you with that as far as if you don't know how to figure out who your target market is, there are exercises that you can go through to help you define that.
Yep.
And that would be a great thing that Jill could help you with. So you want to focus on that. So every time that you write a post, you want to focus on content that's going to attract those people. And then what you want to do is you want to make sure that that content that you are creating is naturally shareable and that it also creates meaningful communication and interactions between the members of that tribe that you're trying to build. And so once you can get all that stuff interrelated, you've kind of hit the jackpot with your post. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then this is where we get into the group thing. You want to activate niche or niche communities. So you want to move these people who are connected to your post into groups. And that's really going to take the place of your newsfeed, are these groups. Because now you've got all of these like-minded people who are asking questions and sharing ideas in one place, and it becomes a content-rich area and place to work in. And Jill does a really good job with that in her group, Celestial Ones. I mean, you are just you're rocking that. So that's really
Thank you. It's an important part of my marketing strategy, and it definitely has an ROI. My Facebook group definitely has an ROI. It definitely, and Debbie has one as well, and I think she could probably say the same thing.
So, and this is what I have a question for you guys when you're doing this. So are you putting content in there that drives people to your email list?
I do. In fact, in order to join the group, I ask for your email address. And how I word it is like this. I say, what is your email address? I'd like to send you a welcome video, our community guidelines, and a gift to thank you for joining our group. And about 90% of the people give me their email address, which is how they're opting in. And then I also share, from time to time, I share one of my lead magnets as well.
And I think that's huge, especially with social media today. I've noticed a huge shift going to those lead magnets. It's because people are moving from trying to work with people online to their email address or to their email list, because that's the way all the algorithms.
Well, if Facebook were to close down tomorrow, I at least still have my list.
Yeah, exactly. So, and that kind of, leads us into content that encourages meaningful interactions. That's our first thing is, what kind of content, like, what does that even mean? Like content that encourages meaningful interactions. Well, what that really means is I think there's 3 things that you aim for when you're creating content. You want to either educate somebody, entertain them, or reward them. And I think the reward part is what people are missing, because people, I think, when they go to follow a business on social media, they want a reason to be there. And the reason is to either be rewarded with getting free content, of valuable content, or some sort of a coupon or a download or an offer. And I think a lot of businesses have forgotten about that a little bit. It used to be really popular when Facebook first started, but I've seen that shift where it's kind of gone away. And Facebook actually gives you the opportunity to put offers out there that have an expiration date. Have you guys seen that before, where you can, when you go to post something on your business page, it'll give you all these boxes of different things to choose from? Mm-hmm. Choose the offer and you can put an expiration date on that. The other thing that I think is really important in creating these posts are creating them around the users or the people who follow you, your tribe. Feature people who've had success stories. It's a great way to get testimonials and not look like you're looking for testimonials. If you can share people who've actually had successes in their business. And everybody likes attention, right? So I think your tribe will really like that if they can be featured in the content. So I think that's really important too. This is something that I think is really important, is to provide something that's compelling, authentic, and useful. And what I mean is I want you to be you when you're on Facebook, because people are doing business with you. They're not doing business with your logo or your brand. You are the brand. So make sure that it's always you that's out there. And again, I'm going to pick on Jill again because she does a great job. She's always in her group and she's always there on a live video talking to her tribe as if they're right in front of her. And I think that's really, and I think it compels people to go back because they love Jill and they want to get to know Jill even more. And that they kind of, how do I say this? They crave the content. They're looking for more. And I think that's really important. I think that the more that you can be in front and be yourself and your face is in front more, I think the better off you'll be. Facebook pods. We might have talked about this before here, but for those of you who are new, this is something that I think is ideal in order to get your reach out there. What you want to do is you want to pick yourself and 4 other people who have non-competing businesses but might be in the same space, okay? And each one of you is assigned a day. So let's say, Jill has a pod of 5 people, including herself, and Monday is her day. And so what that means is she's been posting all week about her business and different things on her business page. And what she's going to do is she's going to pick a post that she really likes. And then on Monday, she's going to message the 4 other people in her pod and say, hey guys, I just posted something that I want you guys to share out on your personal profile. This kind of goes around the algorithm a little bit. And what this does is now Jill's content is being shared. So it's being considered that it's usable information, valuable information. And what the other thing you want your pod members to do is to give it some sort of a reaction other than the thumbs up like button, and also comment on that post. So now you've hit that hat trick of what the Facebook algorithm likes, but now you're also getting reach of 4 different people's personal profiles. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So again, pick people who are non-competing but have that same target audience as you do. I think that's really important. And then the thing about the Virtual Networkers chapter is that's incredible because now you're global, right? Yeah. Because how many of you guys are doing business with people across the country or outside of the country is huge. Right. So I think that strategy will really work well for this type of chapter. This is something really important that I think people are not doing, and I know it takes a lot of time to do it, but you want to use all the features on Facebook. And here's the reason why, and it kind of goes back to the algorithm. Basically, the Facebook, and this is another reason why they changed the algorithm, that Facebook feed, the news feed, is so crowded and full, Facebook really can't service the news feed. They don't have the room to do that. And so what they're doing is they're pushing people to the other portions of Facebook so that they can lighten up the load on the feed. So that means, honestly, live video is seen as outside of the feed. The Facebook stories, that is premium real estate, because on a mobile device, your head shows up in a bubble across the top of the device. And people see that first. And so people tend to click on that first, and they're short little snippets of content that people will consume easily. What I recommend when you do these stories is that you don't do too many stories, because if you make it too long for somebody to get through, you're going to lose them. I would just do like 2 or 3 stories a day and to grab their attention.
Laura, that's only on the personal timelines, right?
Yes. Okay. And so, yeah. No, actually you can do business. Your business page has, it's a little bit harder to find, and I think people don't realize that they do have business stories. So when you're on your mobile device, you kind of have to scroll down a little bit, and you'll see in little words, it'll say create a story, and it's easy to miss. Really easy to miss. So just go slow when you're scrolling and look for that create a story. You'll find it, and you're like, oh yeah.
I didn't know it was there, probably because it's so small.
It's so small. And even though I know it's there, I miss it all the time myself.
So
But
Laura, can I ask a question? Where is that? What is it? It's create a story. Where is that at? It's like at the beginning of your business page?
Let me look real quick. It's no, so you have to do it on your mobile device. So it won't be on your desktop.
Okay.
And then when you are in your business, you just have to scroll. And let me just see if I can.
I'm trying to find it too.
Yeah, and my phone's being a little bit slow.
Here's a create event, but
so okay,
create a story. Okay,
yes,
I see it. And then this is where I'm kind of lost. I'm still trying to understand this part because this is huge.
So what you'll do here is you can either do a selfie,
okay,
or you can do a little video, or you can take something from your camera roll on your device and upload it there. Okay. So, but like I was saying, I would only do 2 or 3 of those a day because sometimes you'll lose people if you do it too long and too much.
Okay, so that's good. That brings me back to this. I know some people that post so many times a day, and I'm thinking, I don't know what's too much and what's not. I don't know. It's a good question to ask right now.
No, that's good. Okay, so what you mean in general or on stories?
No, I'm talking about in general.
In general?
But like you said, stories, you could do 2 and 3 a day. I'm thinking, like how many times should you post? I mean, I know it depends on the business, but some people are posting 4 or 5 times a day. I know some people are just posting once a day.
So what I recommend for businesses, like a traditional business, I would say 1 to 2 times a day on your Facebook page. I have a restaurant as a client, and because they have different specials throughout the day, we post like maybe 3 or 4 times a day. So that's where it depends on the business. And like their audience goes to that Facebook page several times a day because they want to know the specials for lunch or they want to know the specials for dinner. So that's not unusual. But for a standard business, I would say 1 to 2 a day is fine. And again, for the stories, I would do 1 or 2. And it doesn't have to be anything elaborate, just something really quick on the story section to get your message across, to compel them to take the next step, whether it's to click through to, or, visit your website, download something, or a little piece of advice, whatever it is.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, cool. So go into Facebook and explore all the different features and benefits they offer and use them all, because the more diversified you are, the more Facebook will promote your stuff. And then also you're going to reach different people because people use Facebook differently. Some people are group addicts, while other people are, they love the stories, while other people love instant messenger on Facebook. So always try and use a diversified mix. Video is more important than ever. I don't know if this is true on your newsfeed, but I know on my newsfeed, all I see is video for the most part. And it's like you really have to break out of that box a little bit, because I know that I hated to be in front of the camera, and now I'm just there all the time. I'm trying to get better and better at it. It was something that I really had to work at. And live video is the most important. It'll get you the most reach. It'll get you in the front of more eyeballs of people that you don't even know. So we could do a video class someday if you guys wanted to. Best practices on video, which I think would probably be a good idea, so that you get comfortable with it. But here's the thing. My biggest advice to you is just start and don't worry about being perfect, because that makes you authentic and it makes you you, which is what people love about you anyway. So they don't want something so canned. And actually, Barbara had to teach me that a lot, because when we started working together a couple years ago, oh my God, getting me in front of that stupid camera, I was just crazy.
And you do so well now.
No, thank you. But Barbara is a great coach. If you ever need practice, she was very humble and didn't tell you what her backstory is, but she is a Home Shopping Network star, and she is very comfortable in front of the camera, and she does a great job of getting people comfortable as well. And she'll help you and coach you along. So you might want to reach out to her.
Hey, Barbara.
Thanks. Hey.
My husband works for HSN.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What's he do? What's he do over there?
He's in the IT department. He's in charge of dropship.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Well, I know everybody I talk to knows somebody that either has worked at HSN or is still there.
Yeah.
But thank you, Laura. That was very sweet. I'll be more than happy to. In fact, we're probably going to be doing some workshops over at Tampa Bay Multimedia. And, you know, we're growing our chapters that we've merged and all. And I've learned so much today that, and, you know, video, 2018, everybody's saying video is the newest, the latest shiny thing, but really it's old news. Yeah. and you're so right, all your talking points about your delivery and everything. I'll be more than happy to share that any way you want to do a class on it, but I am going to be doing some workshops, and some of the things that I'll be sharing will be part of my book coming out, which is called Master the Pitch. So it's all my skill sets that I learned through the last 20 years in electronic retailing and getting your message out really quickly and feeling comfortable, compelling, and being yourself. Thank you, Laura. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Laura, may I ask a question about video?
Absolutely.
So thanks to Jill, I have been a lot more visible on Facebook doing live video. But I've been choosing to do it in my group rather than on my business page. Is there a benefit? Like, I wanted to give my group sort of information that other people weren't getting. But then I share it, I download it and put it on YouTube and then make it available to everyone. Is that a good strategy, or should I be doing it the other way around?
I think that you probably need two types of video.
Okay.
So I think that you need the stuff that is only for your group members, because you want them to feel special, right? And give them a reason why they want to be in their group. Because if you're posting it everywhere outside of your group, they're not going to feel special and like, why be a member of your group, right? So what I would do is on your business page, do a separate video that maybe talks about certain things, gives them an overview, but doesn't give them all the details that maybe a group member might get. Okay. And that video I would put on YouTube and then share it out through Facebook and Facebook Pod and things like that. Does that make sense?
Yep, it does. Perfectly. Okay. Thank you.
Perfect. What other questions do you guys have about Facebook and the crazy turns it's been taking?
I don't know if anybody else has noticed this on my Facebook page. My reach has gone down, but my engagement is up. So I might be only reaching 50 to 60 people organically. However, every one of my posts are getting some type of reaction or comment. Like, my engagement is highest it's ever been without me sponsoring the post.
Wow, that's really good. Then that means,
I think that's the way it's supposed to be, right?
Yeah, that is the way it's supposed to be. And that's how you want it, because here you're attracting your perfect client base, right?
Yeah.
And those are the people who want to engage with you anyways. So I think that's the best way to have it. And then
it's helping too is I participate in Facebook parties.
Yes,
I post them in my own group, but I have others where somewhere in a group somebody says post your Facebook below, and there's a set of directions to not only like the page but to leave a comment. And I know that's expanding my reach as well. I do those in my group probably once every 2 weeks to help my members as well.
That's really good. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention when we were first talking about, getting engagement on your posts when they're on your business page is don't do what I call engagement bait, BAIT, because what that is like you'll see people saying, comment, like when it was cold out, I used this example. If you wrote something on a post that said, if you thought it was cold today, in the comment section, put the word snowflake. And so people would do that, and then people would write snowflake, snowflake, snowflake. And then Facebook would be like, oh, why is everybody commenting? And then they'll take a bigger look and say, oh, they're all commenting the same word. Oh, this is a ploy to make it look like this is a popular post and things like that. So you'll see that out there. Don't interact with that, and don't do it yourself, because that's another way you'll get penalized by Facebook, either by reach, or if you abuse that too much, they'll put you in jail. So just a little hint.
Now, Laura, my personal, I get a lot of engagement, a lot of people, but my business, I'm trying to get people to like my business more and interact, but no matter what I do, but I think I was going to say, no matter what I do, my engagement is still more on my personal, not on my business. But I'm thinking just in the last week, I'm realizing that I'm going to have to ask more questions, get more engaged. Any other tips? Because it's like frustrating.
Well, I think, definitely you want to, make sure you're playing in your business page. And then do you have a group tied to your Facebook?
No, I'm getting ready to, but I haven't done it yet. I'm figuring out the content and I'm making a membership.
Okay. And I think also, directing people with free downloads and stuff like that, or checklists or things, stuff that people will make them keep coming back to you for. And I think the questions are good too. Like asking your audience, what do they want from you and what do they need from you is a great way to get that engagement up. And then we didn't talk about paid advertising at all, and that's almost another presentation altogether, but that's another really good way to extend your reach, and it doesn't have to be expensive either. You don't have to spend a lot of money to get who you need.
Laura, are you inviting your friends to like your page by actually going into the page itself? There's an invite feature.
Yes. Yeah, every time, yes.
And also I noticed that Facebook did this thing because I just rebranded my business. And before you had to, and this may not be true for everyone because Facebook rolls things out in waves. But for me, I was able to go in there and select everyone and invite all of my friends to like my page. Oh. And that's a new feature that they've done. So go in there to that little invite section and see if that's available to you. And that's the funny thing with Facebook is they roll out new things and not everybody gets them all at once, which is really frustrating.
So is there a difference between inviting someone to like your page? Because I know that in the past, sometimes you would do something and people would automatically be added to your page, and I didn't want to do that to people.
That's a group.
Oh, group. Okay.
Yeah, groups, you can just automatically add people to groups, and I don't recommend doing that.
Yeah, no, I don't want to do that either. Yeah.
No.
Okay,
yeah.
Thank you.
I think when you invite them, at least last time I did it, you could customize the copy.
Yes.
In the invitation. And then you also get a notification if they accept your invite.
That's right. Yeah. And that's cool too, because where Jill was saying she was going to give me your email address and I'll send you something for joining my group or something. You could kind of do the same thing for liking the page too, if you wanted to.
That's a good idea.
That's a good idea. That's good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So,
what do you think about Facebook Notes?
Oh, I haven't used that a lot, but I think you use that. And I think it's a great tool.
I do use it based on your instruction to diversify the posts out there.
Mm-hmm.
It takes me just, 2 minutes to do it because it's copy paste from my blog. Right. I didn't know if there was any documented data that it helps or doesn't help.
I haven't heard anything yet. I should look into that because I haven't seen that.
They're very pretty.
They are, because I went in and I checked yours out and I'm like, oh, you go, Jill.
I do get about the same reach on it that I do any other post.
Do you? Yeah.
So it takes 2 minutes, so I don't mind doing it. Yeah. Any other questions for Laura? That was a great presentation. I learned a lot. And I know Facebook, but I always learn something new from Laura, and I really appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yay! So we're going to move into the announcements portion of our networking meeting. So this is optional. You don't have to do an announcement, but announcement is when you want to share something that you would love someone to check out, or maybe you have a type of referral you're looking for, that kind of thing. So I'll kick it off. So because we have some new folks in here, just to kind of get the speed going. So my announcement is, and we talked about this or throughout this presentation days, I would love to welcome you into my Facebook group called the Celestial Ones, and I will type the URL right here in the chat. This is open to any entrepreneur. We have a lot of fun in there. It's not promotional. I do post things promotional, but it's mostly fun and games, virtual parties, reminiscing, marketing questions, marketing help. So you're welcome to come join us if you're not already a member. I know a few of you already are in my group, so thank you for being there. I'm having my virtual birthday party in mid-April, and it's I'll just say it's going to be reminiscent. That's the key. I'll reveal it to you later. It's going to be good. So it's a free party. Fake food and real prizes. So come on down and just website and Facebook group.
She does a great job with her parties too. So you want to be there for the party. It's so much fun.
Fake food is so great because there's no calories, right?
Exactly.
You can eat all those cupcakes.
Or cleaning up the kitchen.
That's right.
Yeah, there you go.
It's perfect. So yeah, come on down. I'd love to have you. Sheila, any announcements? No, she's still
no, just I've learned so much today. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Jill. This is fabulous. And what a great way to start a Friday morning in the week.
Yay! Come on back, Sheila. We'd love to have you.
Great job.
Thank you. Laura, any announcements?
Yes, first of all, I want to, sorry, you gotta say which one.
Thing 1 and thing 2.
Yeah. Who would like to go first?
Laura White.
Laura White, go ahead.
I want to say excellent. Laura, always do learn from you. So, and Jill, it was great meeting you, and I would love to talk to you afterwards, so get a hold of me.
Okay,
I have I'm part of 3 workshops, so stay tuned to my Facebook. I will be announcing them. May the 5th, I'll be talking, May the 12th, and then May the 19th.
Wow.
So I have
Laura,
3 workshops back to back.
If you want to put the link to your Facebook page in the chat box, you feel free to do so.
Okay, good. Thank you, guys.
How about the other Laura?
Hey, just I have a podcast that I talk about social media and some business and marketing stuff. So I'm going to put that in the chat box. If you guys want to listen, you can just click on that link and go visit my podcast, and I give little nugget bombs there. So
yay! Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Yay. How about Tracy? Any announcements, Tracy?
No, just that, my photography, I'm a high school senior portrait photographer. And I also do branding photography and headshots. So those are my two things that I specialize in. So not that the others aren't great, but
I like to have a niche.
That's my lane.
That's awesome. That's good to know. And thank you for letting me know, for sharing that. I have a senior, but I have a sophomore. I don't think I'm allowed to take their picture though.
Oh, well,
boys.
Yeah, I have 2.
Yeah. We saw one of them smooching on you. It was very sweet.
Oh,
he is my lover. So he hasn't gotten his mommy love yet this morning. So
that's so sweet.
You were eat it up while I can get it.
Yes. Yes, please do. Rena, any announcements for us? Rena also had her son appear. I was watching everybody. I'm like a little snoop.
Well, I was afraid that this is my first Zoom, so I wasn't sure that you guys could hear him or them screaming. So I think I had it off, right?
Yeah, you must have muted it.
Okay, good. Phew. So thank you, everyone. You guys, I feel like an infant on day 1. A lot of good nuggets here. So thank you. I'm going to join a bunch of pages today and
good.
To connect with you guys, because I think you all have amazing knowledge that I can learn from. So
we're excited for your new business venture coming soon.
Thank
That's
you.
Awesome. Congratulations on that. Debbie, anything you'd like to announce?
Oh, me. Am I on mute? Yeah.
No, you're good.
So I'm here. So yeah, I'm actually putting together and launching in the next week or so a very small group coaching program. It's going to be about 5 people with me for 6 months, where we are going to do all kinds of ninja getting people moving forward and unstuck and accountable in a super awesome way. One of the people that I've just finished this group with said I'm a 5-star brainstormer and and held her accountable in a very loving way. So if you're interested, I'll be posting that on my Facebook page, and also you're invited to join my group, which is called Your Book to Fully Booked. So I put a link to my Facebook, my business page, so you're welcome to.
Yes, there it is. Thank you. And if you want to write a book, Debbie's your girl.
Thank you.
Yeah. Connie Jo.
I just wanted to say thank you to Laura and to you. I've learned a lot, as usual. And I just want to offer, if anyone is looking for a bookkeeper or knows someone that needs a bookkeeper, I'm available and ready to serve.
Yay! And Connie Jo is Debbie's bookkeeper. And
Yes.
someone was just waving their arms around looking for a bookkeeper, right? I thought I saw some arms.
She's amazing.
Barbara, are you still there?
I am.
Any
I'm
announcements?
I'm the phantom stalker, but here I am.
Hair done and all.
No makeup on, but I have to say you guys are fantastic. I'm trying to figure out how I can spin an announcement into an invite. Can I do that?
Yes, absolutely. Please do.
I just want to invite all of you and anyone else to come over to Tampa Bay Multimedia, join us at our VIP group and have a tour of the studio and see what we're doing over there, and come and play over there with video and all of that. So thanks for having us today. I'm looking forward to doing this every week. Thank you. This is awesome.
We are so glad you're here. Tell us where's the Tampa Bay Multimedia Studio at?
It's in Port Richey. It's
here's expecting like it's south of Fowler.
No, it's right around the corner. So it's 10730 US 19, and if you just watch for the Ford dealership on the left, it's across the street, and it's a lovely atrium center. Ask the girls; they've been there.
Barbara, we got to get you somehow hooked into the virtual side, so our virtual networkers who don't live locally, because we have two here from out of state.
I will be more than happy. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Good job, guys.
Yay. So join us next week. We have a very cool presentation by Connie Jo Miller. Connie is going to be talking about, here's your top. I love this topic. 5 secrets your bookkeeper wants you to know.
Ooh, actually, that's great.
That is going to be good. And so please join us next week at 8 a.m. on the same Zoom link that you used today to join us. It's the same Zoom link every week. Makes it easy to just stick it on your calendar. We would love to have you. And if you know anybody who has a virtual business who wants to network, please invite them to our meeting. We are delighted to have them and welcome them. Have us come check us out and see if it's a good fit for them. So with that, hey, look at the time. We rock. Yes. So thank you all for joining. It was a pleasure meeting you. So watch your emails for the recording link as well as the chat box and Laura's workbook. And we'll see you all on Facebook.
Thank you.
Hey, Laura, you want to stay on
You
after?
did a great job today. Thank you so much.
Oh, thanks, Tracy. Hey, Laura, you want to stay on for me?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna be.
Mike, can you hear that craziness in the background?
It's okay.
My neighbor's dog.